Hello, hello, and welcome to the Decursio project. I am very excited to play this pack. I've heard lots of good things about it. Hopefully this will be a nice change of pace after playing a couple of create packs. Plus, in this pack, the chickens, they're normal. I don't know what was going on with, except, okay, maybe I lied. What's going on with this guy? Not off to a great start, I'd say. Like with any pack, we have to start off with breaking some wood. Okay, maybe not. After clicking lots of check marks though, it looks like here we have to unlock different ages in order to be able to use items, and we can't even break blocks until we unlock the first stage. There we go. Now we should be able to break some trees and of course say hello to the locals and steal some of their loot, maybe their bed too. A successful looting session, I'd say. While we're out running around, we can also pick up some of these gardens from Pam's Harvest Craft. Maybe. Or we just have to break them. Yeah, breaking these things is going to give us a whole bunch of different seeds that we can use and grow into different crops. It looks like they removed the ability to right-click and pick them up, though. I've gotten so used to playing that from Greg Tech. These things are a lot more common now, though, it looks like. So hopefully we can get all the crops from these. I broke a whole bunch of those windy crop gardens, and we were able to pick up, I think, all of the seeds from them. I'm not sure. There's no real way to see. We can just hope for the best. Let's maybe start looking for a place to settle down. Ooh, and they also have these arid gardens laying around this village. That'll give us some new crops. This looks like a nice spot here. We can't even craft a chest to store all of these things yet, though. We'll have to dig up some flint first, which we can then use to craft up a knife. Then we'll have to pick up some straw by breaking a bunch of grass with this flint knife. Then we can use that straw to craft up some other tools, like the flint pickaxe. And I'm gonna go ahead and craft up a hoe, too, just so I can start getting rid of all of these crops in my inventory. A much cleaner inventory, that's much better. Next we'll need to grab some clay. Now it looks like we'll need to make a couple of clay tools here. We can pick up the clay vessel, a clay bucket, and a couple of clay shears parts. We can also grab the clay cistern, some clay channels, and a couple of clay faucets. You guys don't think this rattlesnake is telling me to back off, is it? I mean, it's kind of in my space. I probably don't want to mess with that guy. Next, we'll need a pottery kiln to actually cook up these clay items since we don't have a furnace yet. All we need to do for that is to dig a little hole in the ground. Then we should be able to shift right click on the ground all of the items that we want to cook up. Looks like we can only do one at a time though. Then we just need to place some straw on top of that. We just right click that and then we'll place 3 logs on top of that. Then we'll need to craft up a fire starter. And if we hold right click on this, it will light it. We'll have to protect ourselves from fire spread here. While we're waiting on those to cook, there's a couple of other items we'll have to craft up. Yeah, looks like we just need a couple of workstations here. We can grab the millstone, the wooden basin, and we'll need the drying rack too. This takes a canvas, and we'll have to grow some hemp fiber from Immersive Engineering for that. Fortunately, we have some of those planted already. We just have to wait for these to grow. And it looks like our pottery kiln is finished here. We can grab our finished product. We'll just need to do that again with the rest of our clay products here. This guy just interrupted all of my business. That's so rude. Oh my, he is strong too. Oh man. Fortunately, this earlier quest gives us a shield. We can defend ourselves a little bit. That guy means business. Oh, never mind. I guess he didn't mean business. He despawned. Back to our regularly scheduled program. There we go, and these are all finished now. We can grab these. Now, our ceramic vessel we can actually use as a chest, which helps out greatly with our inventory management here. I also found out that you can vein mine trees just by holding shift while you mine them, which is a huge help too. Yeah, much easier. And that's good too, because now we're going to use all of these logs to craft up some log piles, which we're going to put in the ground and make them into some charcoal. We just need to place them all in the ground like this, cover them up in dirt, light one of them on fire and cover it up. and we should see that they're all starting to smoke now. Now that we have enough hemp fiber, we can grab a canvas and use this to make the drying rack. We'll use these machines here in a minute, but first we'll have to grab a few other things. First, we'll need to find a couple of cows to lure back to our base. Ooh, I think I see a couple over here. Let's just innocently bring these guys back to our base. We're not gonna hold them hostage or anything. That'd be no. You guys will be just fine, I promise. Hello, Mr. Raccoon. Would you like to come too? That is definitely not a cow. What are you doing? Here you go. Welcome to your new home, guys. I shall name you Tomato and Soup. While I was away, I also had a few more of these ceramic vessels get crafted up. We can have a couple extra storage things here. The other thing we can do while we're waiting on these charcoals to finish melting is to go look for some copper and tin. Now, unfortunately, we can't mine these other ores like coal until we get a better pickaxe, so we'll have to come back for those later. And hey, good timing. It looks like our charcoal is finished smelting. We should just be able to dig all these up. Oh, look at all that charcoal. I was not expecting it to output this much. I'm going to go ahead and craft up another batch of these just in case we need more. Since that first one took so long, I imagine we are going to need more. Now that we have copper, tin, and charcoal, we can combine all of those to make some bronze. Now, I believe the way that this works, we just need to open a clay vessel here, and it takes 3 copper and 1 tin and 1 charcoal. Then we can pop this down. Oh, I think we may need another piece of charcoal here to fill up all the fuel it needs. Yep, there we go. Now we can place it. Throw in our straw and logs. Then we just need to wait for those to finish cooking. Here we go, and it looks like our kiln is finished here. Let's see if we get some bronze. Oh, yep, there we go. And we are definitely going to need more of these for this next block we'll have to craft up. So we will get back to mining and crafting up some more of these bronze ingots. Although now we should be able to craft up a bronze pickaxe. Yep, we still won't be able to mine coal with this, but we are able to mine some new ores like lead and iron. We can also get zinc, but we're mostly looking for some more copper and tin here so we can craft some more bronze. I was able to find some more copper and tin. Let's see if we can't get some more bronze out of this. Hopefully that's enough. That should be more than enough bronze. Next, we're going to need to craft up this bloomery multi-block, and that's going to take a few steps to get these sandy bricks first. We need a couple of recipes for this. First, we'll need to fair. Now with our lapis, we can take it and run it through the millstone. I don't think I want to run all of these though. Yeah, so if we just hold right click on this, eventually it should turn it into lapis dust. There we go, we get one there. We'll need to combine this dust with some sand and clay to get construction block powder. We can toss these into the wooden basin with some water to turn them into construction blocks. We just need to give them a little stir here. Then we can run these through the millstone to get some construction paste. Then we'll need to combine these with some sandy bricks to get the full block, which looks like we'll have to craft up some unfired sandy bricks and run them through the pottery kiln. Now, I'm not sure how many of these we can place down to be cooked at once. Looks like not that many. Yeah, we can cook up 8 in each one, so we'll just have to throw down a bunch of these. Just a little bit more waiting to do now. Now we can combine these with our construction paste to get some sandy bricks. And we should have everything we need now to craft up the parts for the bloomery. We are missing 2 things for this, and that is these 2 bellows here. This is where our new cow friends are going to come into play. We just need to borrow their skin. Don't worry though, our original friends are still safe. We'll need to take our cowhide and combine it with some salt, which we can get by milling cobblestone here. We just throw both of these in here along with some water, and we should be able to get some salted hide out of this. There we go. Then we can take our salted hides and put them onto the drying rack. And then once these are done, we should get some dried hide out of this. We can get some tree bark by chopping up some logs on one of these cutting boards. Then if we process this in the millstone, we're going to get some tree resin. And once all these are processed, we can throw them all into the wooden basin along with some dried hide and start stirring it. We need 2 for each one we want to make, and this is going to give us wet tanned hide. And then last but not least, we just need to dry these again, and this will give us the normal leather that we need. Now we can take our leather and use it to craft up the last 2 blocks we need for the bloomery. Now to build this, we just place our bloomery in the ground like this and surround it with sandy bricks. We place our sandy brick 2 here in the front here and the last layer of sandy bricks on top. Then we place our 2 bellows on the side next to this block here. To actually start smelting some iron, we need to first grind up these iron chunks into dust. Now we can place these in the bottom of our bloomery here. Then we fill it up with charcoal, I believe. And then we put the rest of our iron dust on top. Now we should be able to start a fire on this. Maybe not. I think we may need to add more charcoal. Yep, there we go. Now we can start a fire on top. Then we need to run these bellows to get them pumping. And I think that we can see that it's working from this bloomery block being on down here. And then once it's all done, we should see a bloomery block down here, which we can just break with a pickaxe a couple of times. And it should eventually drop 8 iron ingots. Yeah, there we go. Welcome to the Iron Age. We still can't make chests though. We can, however, craft a furnace now that we have iron, but we do need to run the bloomery one more time to get enough iron for it. And with enough iron, we should be able to craft up a normal furnace now. There we go. This should completely remove the whole need for pottery kilns and the bloomery, since we should just be able to smelt up these items directly now. Oh yeah, this is so much easier now. We also have access to Tinker's and the Tinker Station. This is going to allow us to craft up some Tinker's tools instead of having to use these old flint ones. Even though flint is exactly what I'm going to use to craft up these tool parts. I'll use wood for the other 2 parts we need though. Then in our Tinker Station, we can put all those parts together and get a pickaxe. We'll upgrade this here in a bit, but this is going to be definitely an upgrade to our flint tools that we were using. Since we can also repair these in the Tinker Station, we just have to use the same material that it was made with. Whereas these old things break every time you use them, and that is not what we want. I'm also going to grab an axe. And we can also get a mattock, which is basically just a shovel, and it's also going to allow us to hoe crops. And with that, I think that's a good place to leave it for today. Look at this scarf is covering my whole face. It's crazy. Yeah, now that we've unlocked an easier way to smelt all these ingots we have, I think we're in a much better place. I think to end off today's episode, I'm just going to build a little house and instead of do a little time lapse for you guys. I can't keep living out in the open like this forever. So that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.